Okay.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Well, welcome everybody. We are so excited to have everybody joining us tonight. Shelly and I are really excited, and we hope that you learn from some things that we're going to share. So, what we're going to talk about is multiple ways to party. We don't want all our eggs in one basket. We want everyone to consider the term hybrid consultant.
Learn
So, for you, that might mean a combination of live cooking shows, a 15-minute party option that Shelly is going to share, maybe table combined with a Facebook gateway group. So we're going to be sharing all of that, including some supporting documents for you that will help things make, or hopefully a little easier. So if you have any questions about anything, just save your questions till the end, and Shelly and I will be happy to answer those. So, Shelly, are you ready to kick it off with sharing your
Sure.
tips for live cooking shows?
So, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with Kim and I. I am Shelly Lee Tyson. Just a quick introduction. I am coming to you from the very cold state of Pennsylvania right now, where we can experience every season, right, in a day. I have been with Pampered Chef in May. It'll be 20 years. So, yeah, I know. Thank you. So, big anniversary coming up. And yes, like Kim said, we wanted to talk with you tonight about different ways to party. We know bookings can be a challenge right now. We're hearing that frequently from people. So, we want to give you some different ideas for ways to party. I myself am a hybrid consultant now. What that means is, I party multiple ways. And if can everybody please mute themselves? Or Kim, can you mute them? Because we're getting some back. Thank you. So
Yeah, I'm scrolling through.
yeah, I think you got whoever it was.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with the live cooking show. Now, can I see by a raise of hands, or you can use the little emoji, if you will, on Zoom, who here is currently doing a cooking show? Let's see. I'm going to put this on so I can see it. Who's doing a cooking show out there? We have quite a few people doing cooking shows. So I wanted to take just a moment. We only have 30 minutes with you, so we're going to cover a couple of things. The live cooking show. Pampered Chef gives us some amazing tools on Consultants Corner, especially through Dash. If you're familiar with the Dash area where we can learn all about, different things. There's definitely some information out there that you can check out. If you've never done a cooking show, I invite you to try a cooking show, right? That is all we had back in the day. And how we have evolved in my 20 years, as Kim and I were talking through this information about ways to party. So certainly you can also do your own show and have a cooking show like as a trial if you've never done them before. But there's a host coaching tool located in Consultants Corner. And some of the things that they talk about in the training is the fact of ensuring that you have that booking, scheduling that with the host, and then confirming it. Okay. And then the whole invite process, 40 to 50 people, and encourage them also to, over invite, because with the cooking show, the rule of thumb used to be invite 40 and perhaps 12 to 15 will come. Okay. The other thing about the cooking show that I just wanted to talk about real quick is, we really make an impact when we do a cooking show. We're in person. We give our 30-second commercial. For those of you who are newer, or again, who have not done a cooking show, we're giving a 30-second commercial about ourselves, who we are, perhaps why we got involved with Pampered Chef. What is your why? Why did you, try on the apron? And then also interacting with your guests who are there in person, finding out perhaps what their mealtime struggles are, and making sure we have that appropriate welcome, We're doing some sort of demo. Some people demo in person now. Some people make the food ahead of time. It doesn't matter. It's whatever works best for you and your host. But perhaps you're showing some sort of mealtime solution through a recipe and product demonstration. You're sharing your love of the products, right? Because if you don't love Pampered Chef, how are you going to be able, truly to sell it? Tips, tricks, hacks that would bring value to your guests. And again, what kind of problems are they having in their kitchen? One of the last things we do at a cooking show, of course, is wrapping up with the guests, doing a self, checkout with them, a personal checkout, and talking with them more about the show, their experience. Have they ever thought about getting involved? Perhaps booking their own party, rounding up their order, which rounding up the change to the next dollar goes to feed the local food bank where the host is. And certainly it's an opportunity, like I said, not only to invite them to the business or invite them to booking a show, but thanking them for coming and supporting their friend, family member, coworker, whoever it may be. So here are some of my quick tips in no particular order about the cooking show. All right. And I'm sure that some people out there have some extra ones that you could throw in the chat, right? But be sure you know where you're going and where to park. They could text you a picture of their house. Make sure you have directions. In this day and age, we plug in an address. Back in the day, we used to get like MapQuest or get email directions, but make sure you know where you're going, where to park, what their house looks like. Ask about their kitchen or wherever you will be partying. Now, that kind of sticks with me. Laura Polito always get them to send you a picture of their kitchen. How much space do they have? Do they have outlets? Are you taking the deluxe multi-cooker? You're going to need a plug for that. What is the size of their microwave? I can't even tell you. I've gotten burned on this a couple of times over the years because I did not ask the size of their microwave, and they had a small dorm size microwave, and I went with a bigger piece that required a bigger microwave. So you want to find out, the space that they have available. And then that way you can figure things out and make it work. Ensure a head count, as I said, of actual adults coming to the party, attending. We're not talking about so much the kids, perhaps, that they're bringing along. Continue to encourage them to invite everyone who eats. And speaking of inviting, we invite multiple ways now. So one of the ways that I invite is through a text message. You certainly can invite through Consultant Corner, through where their party is. You can certainly invite by mail if you wish to do that and have enough time. And also, through Facebook or social media. You want to make sure that you're looking at what all you're taking. Ask the host what they have in their house that you could potentially use, right, for the party. You don't want to take a whole truckload, right? We need to look duplicatable, right? Let the catalog do the talking, right? Our catalog is beautiful. And lastly, two last things. Are you making the food ahead of time or are you making it in front of everyone? Make sure you have a plan with the host. It is okay to do the same recipe at every show. Sharon Zellen always said that, right? She always made focaccia bread and something else. I can't remember what it was, but don't stress yourself out over recipes, right? It's okay to do the same recipe over and over and over again, or have a theme for the season. And last but not least, be sure to start on time, right? Be respectful of those folks who came on time.
I'm here to warm up this food. You need to eat and you're going to bed. Dimp, this light.
I got her.
Be sure to start on time. Like I said, you can offer an on-time drawing. And also, if you are looking to have your dishes washed, you could also ask for a volunteer and offer, a gift to them as well. Take a bag for $125. Now, really, you could do whatever amount you want, but we know that they get a free gift at $90. Perhaps they will spend more. We all have things just sitting around, smaller products. Again, $125 is a good amount to do for the bag. So they're getting one gift from Pampered Chef and one from you. an interactive activity that allows them to ask questions about the business, and you can keep track of that. I myself use tickets, pull a winner, give a season's best, a citrus peeler, and then the full service checkout. Make sure and sit down and do that somewhere where you have the opportunity to speak with the guests and find out about their experience at the party, invite them to try the apron on, invite them to host their own show. What questions do they have? Okay. And last but not least, this is just me, but I always send a handwritten thank you note to all hosts, no matter the show type. And Kim and I are going to cover a couple other ones. It's a nice gesture. And guess what? It makes you memorable, right? That you've sent a hand. Nobody gets any fun mail anymore. I mean, do we even get bills in the mail? Not usually, probably, but a handwritten note with your business card or just a handwritten note speaks volumes. So with that, Kim, I'll turn it over to you so that you can chat about Table and the Facebook Gateway.
Yeah, so I'll just tell you a little bit about me and do a brief introduction. I'm Kim Gant. In April will be my 27th year with Pampered Chef. So this old dog has had to learn a lot of new tricks. Table is one of them. So raise your hand if you are currently using some form of Table. Who's using some form of Table? Okay. Here's what I want to encourage you to do. Even if you aren't incorporating Table as a platform for your parties, I want to encourage you to dip your toe into Table by using the Table link as your shopping link. That's a great way to dip your toe into it. Customers can choose when they click the Table party if they want to shop or if they want to join the party. So, and that's a default setting in there. So you can totally just start by using that and then just kind of grow from there. I found success in using Table and a gateway party group for my online parties. And I also use a texting plan for the Table element part. I do have a Google Doc, so I'm going to put that in the chat right now. Let's see, link. I'm going to put that in the chat right now so that you guys can copy that link into a Google Doc of your own, and you can save that. It's a great starting point for you to be able to edit it any way that you want to edit it. Okay. So for Table, I'm not going to go into how to set up a Table party. The company has so much information on how to do that. We all have access to that. It's really easy to set up. If you've not even been into Table, it's really cool now. They even have pop-up instructions that even walk you through how to load the content for the new season, add-ons. And then there's a little light bulb in Table in the upper right-hand corner that you can click on, and it'll walk you through step-by-step videos, instructions, everything that you need. The only thing that I add to the company content is just a welcome video. That's really easy to do. Easiest way to do it is through uploading a welcome video to YouTube, plugging that in. It shows up right on the party as people join, which is a newer element that the company has added. And then I add a couple of my own personal videos in there, and you can do that under a consultant favorites tab. Host coaching is a huge part of your success with Table. If you've been around as long as I have, and Shelly kind of touched on the fact that back in the day, we used to ask our host for a guest list, and we would mail invitations for them. The only difference with Table is we're asking our host for a guest list, but instead of an address, we're asking her for names and phone numbers of her friends. I find that when I follow some simple hostess coaching tips that I can get that information pretty easily from her. And this is kind of how that evolves. As soon as the party date is secured, I mail them a catalog. And then I email them a copy of our digital host packet. How many of you guys know that we have a digital host packet in marketing imagery? It's super easy to access. So I send them the digital host packet through an email, and then I tell them, hey, I've attached a digital host packet that has all the specials for the month. We need to set up a quick call to go over everything. And I offer a time, and 99% of the time I get them on the phone and we chat. So I run through the digital host packet, find out a little bit more about them, their family, where they work, their wish list, and then I start sharing our plan of success for a great party. I tell them that we're going to be using table, and most have already experienced what a table party is. If they haven't, then I will immediately, while we're on the phone, send them a link to join the table party right then, so they can see what it looks like, so they can see that it's very clean and very organized. And I point out those tips, and I tell them that I can save them a ton of time and invite their guests for them. All I need is a list of 50 names and phone numbers. I tell them, hey, your friends are going to receive a few text messages from me. If they don't want to receive a text message, they can totally opt out at any time. But this is just a more personal way to connect with them. And I also share that when they join their party, their name goes into a drawing for an Amazon gift card, that their guests are going to be receiving recipes, cookbooks, and even a link to join a live cooking class that our company does on Tuesday nights. For friends they want to invite on social media that they don't have a phone number for, that's where we'll use the Facebook Gateway group. And the Google Doc that I just shared with you guys explains the entire process, but here's a quick little overview. The party invitations go out on Wednesday, and the party ends the following Saturday. So that gives guests 2 pay periods to shop. Invitations are texted on Wednesday evening. Reminders go out on Saturday morning for those that didn't join. Welcome to the party text go out as folks join. The winner of the Amazon gift card from those who joined the table party, another text goes out on Monday to announce that winner. Tuesday, I send a recipe with a link to join the live demo that PC does on Tuesday nights. No texts go out on Wednesday. Thursday is a recipe text with a reminder that our party is wrapping up. Nothing goes out on Friday. Last call text goes out on Saturday morning. And then I finish up Sunday evening with a booking message. So the Facebook Gateway group is very simplified. It's a few posts a day that I put in through Facebook Scheduler. So I've not used Post My Party or Sent Share in over a year. I asked the host to be really involved in that group, be really chatty with all our guests, and I friend request people in there, try to establish a relationship, but always sending them back to table. The same messages that I text through table, through the table guest, I also post in the Gateway group. I really think the magic of table is that the connection is more personal because you're communicating through text messages. And if you're a project broadcast user, the automation is so easy. I also find that it's really easy to onboard a new team member through table. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So Shelly, I'm going to hand it back over to you, and you are going to share the fabulous thing of a 15-minute party. Oh, Shelly, you're muted.
Take that off. Yeah, sorry. Kim, the link for the Google Doc, I just dropped it in. I think it's correct because what you had shared, it wasn't actually a link. So just double check that. I believe I grabbed the right one for everybody.
Oh,
but
great.
I just dropped
Okay,
it in the
link
chat,
wasn't a doc. I see
everyone.
it now.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Shelly.
So next we're going to talk about the 15-minute party. Again, I'm going to ask, has anybody done a 15-minute Facebook Messenger chat party, whatever you would like to call it this evening? Let's see a raise of hands if anybody's tried that. So we wanted to just mention this because I've been having some success with 15-minute parties. Like I said, I'm doing a variety of parties. I actually have a new template for you for spring 2024 that I will share here in a moment. And that you can tweak and adjust as you wish. So if somebody says they have no time to party, they have no space to party, and you know they're on social media on Facebook, these parties can literally, if you've done them, you know, right? They can be set up within minutes, right? And they can be conducted and done rather quickly. And so some of the verbiage that you could use is, could you give me 15 minutes? Different ways to introduce this type of party online. You could post on your wall, you could text or Facebook message something to create desire. For example, I'm testing out a new online express party, looking for some guinea pigs. I think we've seen this verbiage in the past when we wanted to try new ways to party. It's 15 minutes, it's all online, it's done through text or messenger. I'll be honest, I've been doing mine through Messenger. I do also a text party with one text. If anybody wants my verbiage for that, it's nothing super creative, but I can share that. I'll send you a free product just for trying this out for me. Comment with a thumbs up or a raised hand, and I can message you the details. Now, what I did last month is I did the basement clean out posts. Some of you, I'm sure, have seen people posting this. I have Pampered Chef bursting out of my basement. So my response, right? So I put up a picture of my basement with some verbiage, but my response was to those who added a GIF, I think that's how we say it, or a GIF under the picture. Hi, Gail, thanks for commenting on my winter blowout post. To be entered to win, I am asking that you give me 15 minutes of your time one evening this week or over next weekend. This is, of course, whatever suits your schedule, right? I'm telling you that on the side. I offer a 15-minute Facebook party within a group chat. People love them because they are fast, and I am live to do the posts and answer any questions. It's super easy and fun. We also have a new catalog, which is super exciting. What do you say, with a smiley face? Okay, so I had a handful of people that agreed to do the 15-minute party. All right, so I will share the template that I just created. Now, the thing about it is I have it in Word, okay? Does anybody here use boards? I don't want to go over too much tonight, but if you use boards, you can take my information and you can put it into a board so that you have it easy or quickly. But the template that I have to share with you basically is the template that would be the pre-party and moving forward that evening for 15 minutes. I generally do a weeknight. That's what works best for me. I generally do 7 p.m. or later. 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m., 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. You want to have 30 minutes. You need a moment. People might ask questions after 15 minutes. You might need to run to the ladies' room. You might need a drink, whatever. So I do them on the half an hour. Okay. Again, they're very fast. And I will be honest, when I set them up, so Kim said, okay, I'll do one. I will create a group chat with Kim, myself, and unfortunately my husband, which, you know, then I take him out. But you need 3 people to start a chat. I do not wait for the host to make the chat. I make the chat and welcome, right? And then I give them the tools. And again, I can share that with you. Words to post on their personal Facebook wall to invite people to come in and join us. They always add some people in, like family members or their besties, whoever would, they know for sure would want to participate. People can leave the group if they wish. You can also add a text message and send that out, inviting people to join in. I am actually doing 2 on Wednesday night and literally just set up the groups tonight. So we want to make sure we're inviting enough people. We're trying to get at least 25 people in that group chat. Okay. And then when you take a look at my template, you'll see there's some pre-party information, and including like a raffle. I have a video in there of me. You'll maybe want to do your own. that someone had suggested. I'm sorry, I forget who it was, but at the end I ask a question. So if they've watched the video all the way to the end, which the video is not long, like a minute, they comment and they can go in for a drawing. So it's very fast and very fun. So if you don't have time to go out and do a cooking show, or you don't want to do that, or you don't want to do a week-long virtual party, or even if you don't want to do table or whatever, there's this 15-minute option, and people enjoy it because it's fast. The link is there, they can shop, and you can give people a few days. Every day I give them a recipe, all right, or like a kitchen tip, and they get reminded, that the party link is still open. So we have materials for that too for you. So I will drop that in the chat, and you can take a look at that. And then let me know if you have any questions. But my Bitmoji's in there, so you would have to change that up and whatnot. But just another option. You can sit at home in your pajamas, right? They're not seeing you. It's in the Facebook Messenger. It's in the chat. Okay, you can get comfy and do it. So anyway, so we wanted to just quickly share that about 15-minute party. Like I said, I've been having some success. I had 4 Facebook Messenger parties last month on the fly. And what did I tell you, Kim? It brought in like over $1,500 in an hour, pretty much, or just over an hour. So, if you need more shows, in order to have things you've never had, you've got to try things or do things you've never done. So try it. We'll give you some tools and try it. So Kim, back to you. We're going to talk about recruiting and wrap this up.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'll try and
So we got a
drop
couple
that
minutes left,
in.
and then oh, perfect. And then Shelly, if you'll put that in our Google Doc, then if people ask us for it, then it'll just be there. I'm going to wrap things up and talk a little bit about our incredible business opportunity. So we've given y'all lots of different ways to party, and these lots of different ways that we've shared can be an avenue for you to help a new team member get off to a really strong start. So we know this month that we have an incredible kit opportunity, a startup kit for $25, which includes the cup slicer, right? Also, folks that join this month have the opportunity to earn a food chopper and a prep in store system, which is huge. So how do you go about getting the word out about our opportunity this month? So one thing that you want to do is, of course, share on social media. Post a video of you using the cup slicer, and then maybe a caption of, would you like to spend $25 on a cup slicer, or $25 on the cup slicer and an opportunity to earn some income? Maybe share a food chopper video, maybe share videos of your prep in store, just to generate interest for people that may want those products, letting them know that, oh my gosh, you can earn those for free. Hold a 15-minute messenger opportunity event. This is just like Shelly's example of a 15-minute party. Our team partners with the Wessinger team, and we held one, I think last week before last, and we're having another one this Thursday. So we have found that those are really successful. Consultants join it, leaders join it, and a couple things that we find are really helpful to post in that messenger opportunity event are picture of your team with wording like, we want you to know that you're not in business alone. You're never by yourself, just to promote a sense of community. So I'm sure you guys have past pictures from conferences with your teams and that kind of things. Go to marketing imagery and grab images from there about recruiting. There's one about what would you use extra cash for? There's one about what is your number one concern that you hope is answered tonight? The joining special for the month, if we have one like we do this month. Of course, share a little bit about yourself and your story. Encourage your leaders or other consultants to do that as well, kind of as a pre-party leading up to the messenger opportunity event time. share perks like trips, commission structures, and then you want to wrap up with a Google form. Events like this have really helped add new team members for us. And I mean, give it a try. It's only 15 minutes, right? So I think that's it, Shelly.
Yeah.
Question.
So,
8:30 on the dot. Wow.
yeah. Does anybody have, so the 15-minute template, I will, if I can't get it added in here, I will send it to the leaders and they can distribute amongst their team, because we have a leader group for these calls. So I'm not seeing an option to pull it. So anyways, but what other questions? Oh, Cora asked how the bookings are from the 15-minute parties. Cora, they've been pretty good, because when people see about a 15-minute party and how quickly it's done, I mean, 15 minutes, like you blink and it's over. So I have been able to secure some additional bookings from the 15-minute party, because people get an idea of some things that they want. Of course, I'm featuring some of the new products, and it becomes on their wish list and they don't want to buy it. So they'll host, right? And they like that format, that it's fast. So they've actually been pretty good. Oh, Sherry's asking Kim about are you using Project Broadcast for?
I am. I do use Project Broadcast just to automate. Yep.
And do
And
you use the double opt-in? Are you doing that?
I do use double opt-in. Yes.
And yes, Cora, most people on a 15-minute party for me tend to book another 15-minute party. What other questions were there? I'm trying to scroll through. Oh, people love boards. Yeah. Oh, and have done message and text parties. So even faster is the text party. So if you have some verbiage, you can certainly do a text party. Not everybody has Project Broadcast, and we didn't get into that too heavily because not everybody has that.
Right.
But you can simply write a text message like what I do. In fact, I started one of those tonight for a friend of mine, and I wrote the verbiage. I have her shopping link in there, and she already sent it out to, I think, 27 people. And actually, I just got an order while we were on here. So really, if you don't have a lot of time as a consultant, right, a way to still generate some business is, Cora, do you have a few minutes that you could send a text out? Most people are going to say yes. I always say send it individually, right? Don't send it in a group, because that drives people crazy. So send it individually. But
I had a couple
I
really
never know.
successful text parties, and I didn't have Project Broadcast. That was years ago.
Right. And so with Project Broadcast, you certainly can set up a template every month, and they're very pretty and attractive. But again, we didn't want to go down that road because we know not everybody has Project Broadcast. And we have some new consultants on here, I know, because I was speaking to some before we got started. Were there any other questions? I will share that template. I think I'm going to have to share it in the leader group for this call. So if you could please just send it out to your teams and tell them that they're welcome to use it and tweak it as they wish. They can watch my video if they want. My welcome video, I use it the same one for the 15-minute party.
I have a question real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I have ran into someone else thinking that, and this is a separate party, that Project Broadcasting was a scam, that I took the person's, like they contacted the host and be like, did they take your picture off Facebook and send out a message? So I had thought about, unless you guys have another idea, when I'm starting a party now with Project Broadcasting, maybe mentioning so-and-so is having a party and this is not a scam. Because I'm thinking now it may be hurting me a little bit, because when people are thinking it's a scam and not real.
Well, Muriel, Muriel's a consultant on my team, and we kind of talked through this. You really have, out of the amount of people that we sent that message to, you only have like 3 or 4 people out of a couple hundred that maybe thought it might be, you know, a scam or something. Typically that first message, when it goes out through Project Broadcast, we will typically put in there, this is my new business number. And I think we did that for Muriel's party, and some people miss it. But like Shelly
Okay,
said, we
so
really don't want to get too much into Project Broadcast because not everybody has that.
everybody has it, right? And I guess that's what I'll do. This is the consultant. I'll tell them, of course, my name and that this is my number that I'm using for their party, and maybe that will help a little bit.
Business number.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah. And we had that in yours. It's just some people just don't see it, and they're very leery sometimes, you know, when they get something that's unexpected. But I mean, it's okay. We only have a couple people out of a couple hundred that are concerned. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, but this, I'm
Anybody
talking
else?
about not the party I guess I just had. It's one I'm doing right now. And she had came back with me with that question and that problem. And I said, so I try to fix her problem, and I sent a message out, just like I just said, letting them know that it's for real. So I think that helped
Okay,
make the other people confused understand. So, okay, thanks.
good. Yep.
Any other questions before we like to be mindful of your time? It's 8:36. Anything else we can answer for you? Make sure you grab Kim's Google Doc if you still need it. We can drop that in the leader discussion and they can share that as well. And the 15-minute party template, so you don't have to think about that. But like I said, you're always welcome to tweak it, put your own image in, your own words at the end. But this way you have it ready to go, right? So everybody could go, you know, book one or two and give it a try, right?
Excellent call, ladies. Thank you. Very good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody. We'll
everyone.
get the recording and share that. Thank you so much.
Yep. Good night, everyone.
Right.